Was the victim's body, was it still on scene when you arrived?
Yes, it was.
Had the victim been tentatively identified at that point?
Yes, he was.
What information did you receive in regards to the victim?
I was notified that his name was Charles Jones and that he was a rapper by the stage name of Julio Foolio.
Were there officers with the Tampa Police Department that had already done some initial research into the background of Charles Jones?
Yes.
Had you previously been aware or knew who Charles Jones was before this investigation?
No.
What information was relayed to you regarding Charles Jones' background at the scene on June 23rd of 2024?
I learned that he was a prominent rapper out of Jacksonville who was in Tampa over the weekend to celebrate his birthday, and that he had been at a couple clubs before getting to the Homestead Suites.
Based on that information, at some point during the course of your investigation, did you make contact with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, in particular their gang unit?
Yes, I was ultimately put in contact with the Jacksonville gang unit.
Was there someone with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office that was assigned to assist you and put as the lead for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
And would that be in a role of assisting another law enforcement agency?
Yes.
Who primarily, what law enforcement agency primarily has jurisdiction over any homicide that occurs within the borders of Hillsborough County and the city of Tampa?
It would be the City of Tampa Police Department.
When you were at the scene, were you made aware of any sort of witnesses or eyewitnesses to the homicide?
No eyewitnesses.
Was there any persons that were identified to you that were present with the victim, either in another vehicle or in the vehicle when this occurred?
Yes.
And did you attempt to take initial interviews at the scene?
I did.
Who did you interview at the scene?
I interviewed other people who were with the victim. The victim was found to have traveled to Homestead Suites as a part of a three-car entourage, 2 cars following his car, and still remaining at the scene was the vehicle of the victim's girlfriend, Armani Turner, and the 2 occupants that were in her vehicle.
I think you said initially that the black Dodge Charger still contained the victim. Is that correct?
Correct.
What were the make and models of the 2 other vehicles in the victim's entourage?
Armani Turner's vehicle was a Hyundai Sonata, gray or silver, I believe, and then there was a black Nissan Altima that belonged to Tafo McCray.
Was the black Nissan Altima, was that at that location, or was that later discovered at a different location?
That one was discovered at a different location. It was not at the scene at my arrival.
Now, you said that you interviewed Armani Turner, is that correct?
Correct.
What is the nature of her relationship to the victim, in this case, Charles Jones?
At the time, she was the active girlfriend of Mr. Jones.
When did her interview occur?
It occurred approximately 7:30 a.m. at the scene. It was one of the first ones I did.
And when you say 7:30 a.m., are you saying June 23rd of 2024, going into the later morning hours?
Correct.
What was her demeanor at the time when you interviewed her?
She was visibly upset and about the situation, obviously.
Without going into what she said, was her interview recorded?
Yes, it was.
Was she put under oath?
Yes.
And did you take a statement from her?
Yes.
Were there any other individuals that were pointed out to you that had been in one of those 3 vehicles still at the scene over there at the Home to Suites?
Yes, there was Miss Randolph, who was a friend of Armani Turner's, a passenger of the front seat passenger of the Hyundai Sonata, and then Mr. Robert Howard, who was a back seat passenger of the Hyundai Sonata.
Again, did you take an interview with Miss Randolph?
I did.
Did she provide that to you?
Yes.
Was it recorded, and was it a sworn interview?
Yes, it was.
Mr. Howard, same questions. Did you interview him as well?
Yes, I did.
Was it a recorded and sworn interview?
Yes, it was.
And did you, after those interviews, did you have an understanding as to what vehicle that they were in?
I did.
And what vehicle were those 3 individuals, Ms. Turner, Ms. Randolph, and Mr. Howard, in?
Armani Turner's Hyundai Sonata.
At some point in the course of your investigation, did you learn that there was another vehicle with the victim's entourage or the victim's party that was not on scene at the Home to Suites?
I did.
Where was that vehicle located?
That vehicle was located on a Gates Drive just north of Advent Hospital nearby.
Had there been other members of the Tampa Police Department that had responded to that location?
Yes,
Were you also alerted that there were other victims that had been shot in this investigation?
I was.
Who had been shot, and when were you notified of that?
At the scene, I was notified by Sergeant Portman that there was 2 other occupants in Mr. Jones's Charger that were struck by gunfire, Gino Norris Jr. and Xavier Edwards, and I was told that they were transported to the Tampa General Hospital. And then I learned of Camille Bentley being shot as well as an occupant of the Tafo McCray's Nissan Altima, and she self-transported to Advent Health.
When you arrived on scene, had any of those other victims, Miss Bentley, Mr. Edwards, or Mr. Norris, were they still on scene, or had they already been removed or left?
Removed or left. They were not there.
Going back to your briefing, at some point, did you make contact with Officer Bernard DeJesus?
I did.
And did you get any information with him concerning Jacksonville and the victims, where the victims were primarily from?
Yes.
Did you also get additional information specifically about his background and any sort of connection with the gang?
I did.
Can you tell us what you learned at that point?
Yes, I learned that the victim was a prominent rapper from Jacksonville, and that he was associated with or a member of a gang called 6 Block, and that they had some rivals, ATK, NHG, and 1200, and that it was possible that some rivals had traveled down to Tampa and participated in this.
Did you get any information regarding what his known stage name was, or what was his rapper name?
Yes, it was Julio Foolio.
Did you get any information as to what it was that he was doing in town?
He was celebrating his birthday, and also he had a paid performance at a club, Teasers on Nebraska.
During your investigation, did you yourself look at Charles Jones' Instagram account?
I did.
Did you find any sort of advertisements where he was advertising that he would be in Tampa appearing at Teasers or Truth 18?
I did.
When were those advertisements posted in relation to June 23rd of 2024? Is that something you can discern by looking at his Instagram?
Yes, the earliest posting that I found on his Instagram was from approximately June 14th, 8 days before he had to be in Tampa, and it was a flyer advertising that he would be at Teasers Club in Tampa, Florida.
Did it also alert individuals who would see that advertisement on Instagram the date that he would be in Tampa at Teasers?
Yes.
And what was that date?
That was going to be June 22nd.
And you said, I think you mentioned a couple of gangs, and I just want to make sure that I understand. You said that some of the initial information was that he was in 6 Block, I'm referring to Charles Jones, that you were also provided information from Jacksonville Sheriff's Office as to who the potential rival gang members were. Is that correct?
Correct.
And I think you listed more than one. What were those gangs again?
ATK and potentially a subset group of ATK, NHG, and then also 1200.
And is that NHG, does that stand for No Hospital Gang?
Correct.
And then you also said 1200, is that correct?
Correct.
Now I want to ask you again about the victims that survived, starting with Gino Norris. At some point, were you made aware of where they were transported to?
Yes, I was notified that Gino Norris and Xavier Edwards were transported to the Tampa General Hospital.
Did you yourself go to the Tampa General Hospital?
I did.
Did you attempt to take interviews with Gino Norris and Xavier Edwards?
I did.
Did you interview Gino Norris?
I did.
What sort of injuries did he have?
He had a gunshot wound to his upper right arm.
Were you able to do an interview with Xavier Edwards?
No.
Why not?
He was in surgery at the time that we were there.
At some point after he was out of surgery, were you apprised about what sort of injuries that Mr. Edwards had?
I was.
What injuries did Mr. Edwards have?
He also sustained a gunshot wound to his right upper arm and some grazed wounds to the right side of his head.
Did you also go to Advent Hospital to interview Camille Bentley?
I did.
Approximately what time did you go to Advent Hospital?
It was approximately 9 a.m., between 8:30 and 9 a.m. in that time frame.
Still on June 23rd of 2024, is that correct,
Yes,
sir?
ma'am, yes.
Were you able to interview Miss Bentley?
No.
Why not?
She had checked out against medical advice and left the hospital prior to my arrival there.
At some point later in time, did you attempt to take a sworn recorded interview of Miss Bentley?
I tried to make contact with her. I wasn't
Were you
able to.
ever able to?
No.
Tafo McCray, are you aware who that individual is?
Yes.
How did you become aware of Mr. McCray?
Mr. McCray was still around Advent Health, and I spoke to him near his vehicle, which was parked just north of Advent Health.
And is that an apartment complex that was located on Gates Drive?
Correct.
Was Mr. McCray, was he still present there at that location when you made contact with him?
He was.
Was he cooperative with your investigation?
He was.
Did you learn at some point from other law enforcement officers with the Tampa Police Department that Mr. McCray had willingly turned over a firearm to you?
I did.
Was that firearm in normal course taken and impounded by the Tampa Police Department so further testing could be done if necessary?
It was.
And the vehicle that Mr. McCray had driven, you said that that was also located at that Gates Drive, is that correct?
Correct.
Did crime scene investigators and detectives from the Tampa Police Department go over there to photograph, document, and process that vehicle as well?
Yes, ma'am, they did.
Did that vehicle also have gunshot damage to the vehicle?
Yes, it did.